What up, guys? Me, your boy Bradley, back at you again with another video. This time, story time. My first time ever doing acid. But first, we're gonna get high. Smoking on some HHC today. Just something I thought I'd try out instead of buying some regular weed. I don't know. I thought it would be fun. It is pretty fun. So we're gonna hit it real quick. Fuck yeah, fat clap. Opening the window on that one, shit. Okay. Sorry about that. So first of all, don't do acid. Shit's terrifying. I mean, if you're a fucking adult, I can't tell you what to do. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just suggestion: do not try acid. If you're gonna trip, do shrooms. It's natural. It feels nice and good. I recommend 100% shrooms, not acid. No, shit sucks. Anyways, it probably sucked because of this story I'm about to tell you. So, you know, I was about 14, 15. I just wanted to try some acid. I wanted to get my first trip out of the way, which was dumb because I just didn't know anything about it. I didn't do any research at all. And so I looked around like for an acid plug. I found one eventually. And I hit this guy up. I'm saying, hey, can I get some acid? Like, how much for like a tab or whatever? He's like, I don't do it by tabs. You got to buy a strip or buy a sheet. So, you know, I was 14. I was broke at the time. So how the fuck was I going to come up with $80? I was 14. I barely made any money at my job because I started working at 14. I got a worker's permit, you know, the whole shebang. So I was like, shit, how am I going to do this without going bankrupt? And so I just said, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyways. I went to the ATM. I pulled out $80 for a strip. And then, you know, that was like a couple days prior. And then the day before I was supposed to go pick up this acid, I dropped my phone, shattered the screen. It turned off randomly. It didn't charge. I didn't keep it charged. And so I was like hitting this guy up after. I was like, hey, my phone's a bit broken, but you still available today? He was like, yeah, I just pull up to this place, gave me the address. And as I'm on the way there, my phone dies and I don't have a charger. And I don't know where I'm going. So I stop at 100 places to try and find a charger. No one has a charger. I have to turn around and drive 20 minutes back to where I came from to get a charger. It was dumb. It was stupid of me. I should have charged my phone before I left. But anyways, I was 30 minutes late. This guy left somewhere to meet me here. I felt super bad. I apologized and shit. I gave him a little bit extra, you know, threw him a little bit extra money for the deal because, you know, I thought he was hooking me up anyways. So, you know, so he was so pissed. He was yelling at me over Snap like, you're fucking wasting my time, bro. You got to be here right now. But it was all good. I got there, got the acid, and went home, right? I stopped about, like, probably 500 feet from the entrance of my neighborhood in a parking lot. I took the tab out of he gave it to me like a little aluminum foil. I always remember that because, like, I opened it, and it was, like, shining from the reflection of the light. I was like, oh, my God, this is God's acid right here. It's the one and only Digo Double G. It was, like, in my face. And, so I took the acid and I was expecting a taste, but it didn't really taste like anything. I didn't know how long to leave it on my tongue for. So I left it on my tongue for probably like 30 minutes just on the way home. Like I didn't drive for 30 minutes on the way home. I left it in my tongue, drove home, and then spit it out like 30 minutes after I got home. And so I broke off a tab, right? I didn't know the size of a tab. You probably know where I'm going with this. I accidentally ate 2 tabs my first time. And so I took the 2, was like, fuck it. I already took 2. What's wrong with taking another one? So I took another tab on top of it for my first time ever tripping. That shit was insane. I was just coming up when I took the 3rd tab. My mom called me and she came to talk to me. I was doing just fine. Then I sat down and I watched Breaking Bad. And that's how I found out that the writers of that show were on acid the entire time they wrote it. Because it was the only time I ever understood anything in that show. It was honestly though, Breaking Bad was a pretty good show. I got my sweet tea, drank that motherfucker in 30 seconds flat, straight down the hatch. I didn't even use a straw. I just like took the lid off and chugged that shit. It was so good. It was like the softest sweet tea, like texture wise, like it felt like silk on my mouth. And I don't know if that was like the acid doing it or if it was just like McDonald's sweet tea, because when I worked at McDonald's, it never tasted like that. Like whenever I would go to get a drink, because I don't know, we just did it like they do it in this fucking plastic bag, and it tastes like the plastic bag afterwards. It's just gross. After this, I head home. It's getting pretty late. It's probably like 9 or 10, so I get kind of tired. And I decide, I know, I'm going to try and go to sleep. My parents are asleep. There's nothing to do, so I'm just going to try and go to sleep. And I went and laid in my bed for 2.5 hours, and I didn't fall asleep. And I realized that you probably just can't sleep on acid. And so I got up, you know, I turned on my Xbox. I played games, and that's when the night kind of turned bad, because playing games while you're tripping is hella hard. It's like you can't really focus. It's scary. I was playing like Call of Duty, so you know, the bullets flying and shit, it just scared the hell out of me. After I played Xbox for a little bit, I was like, you know, I should probably just try and wind down, see if I can go to sleep. So I went and I laid in my bed. I turned the lights off. I closed my blackout curtain so no light was in my room. And I look around and like I'm seeing faces morph into different shapes. And they're like white faces with black holes for eyes and mouths and a nose. And it's like, it kind of looked like a skull, but hella disformed. And it was just like, it would morph into like triangles and circles and squares and shit. It was just terrifying. And I decided to close my eyes, but it didn't stop. I just saw it behind my eyelids. So I turned on all my lights, and you know, eventually I kind of fell into a little acid haze, and I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning. I felt like shit. I was still tripping a little bit, and it sucked, honestly. I still felt the effects, like not like I wasn't feeling like tripping, but I just felt like shit for the next few days because I didn't eat anything before or whatever, and it was also my first time, and I took too much. So I mean, that's the story of my first time doing acid. If you enjoy, hit me if you enjoyed, leave a comment for next video. I'm probably going to do my second time taking acid, which was the night after, and I took 5 tabs. So I will definitely get to you guys on that. See you later. Peace.